holiday. No contact crossing, cause I go play do one better. So baby,
in case you don't know, this is your superstation, Bohye Radio, the station with a vision and a station with a mission. The station with views, news, interviews, and what have you. And I'm a man, DjNaycha, Weekend Flava with Blazing. Without wasting much of your time, let's go on the line and have the king himself. I call him king because the guy is full of something and many things. Hello.
Hello.
Blessed and happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you too.
And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
You know, see.
Your wife and everybody.
Blessed. And happy Mother's Day to your mom and the entire family right in GH. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Elorm Beenie. Elorm, first of all, my condolences to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost one of the finest and talented artists, Ghetto KB. In fact, we were using your media or your social media to hype or to tell our listeners. That was, I think, last week Saturday, yeah? Last 2 weeks Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're back on track. We heard you guys were away for a program, I think Zimbabwe, right?
Yes.
Can you just brush a little of what happened there?
Well, actually, we went for the Harare International Festival of Arts.
Mm-hmm.
That's HIFA. In short, they say HIFA.
Mm-hmm.
And the Harare International Festival of Arts is the biggest festival ever in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
So we had the opportunity of representing not just Ghana but West Africa.
Wow.
Kaki, yes, Kaki and Manifest, they were the ones that represented West Africa at HIFA this year, 2015.
Beautiful.
A show that it was a 6-day event that had over 40,000 audience for the full 6 days.
Wow.
And we got there on the 28th of April.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the 29th, no, it was on the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
We had to play one road show. Apart from the venue where the thing was happening, it was the Harare Gardens, and the Harare Gardens is like 2 times the space of Independence Square in Ghana.
You telling me?
Yes, 2 times the space of Independence Square in Ghana. That's how big the park was, and that park had so many. It had over 35 stages, and the stages are built that if you are a person who likes jazz, you go to the jazz venue where they are playing jazz.
Mm-hmm.
If you like pop music, you go to where they are playing pop music.
Wow.
If you are somebody who likes Afrobeat, you go to where they are playing Afrobeat.
Wow.
Or if you are somebody who likes hip hop or rap music, you go to where they play that. And if you like reggae and dancehall, you go and listen to that. If you are somebody who is interested in poetry, you go and listen to poetry. And they did not just do it for a festival that is for just adults. They even did it for kids as well.
Wow.
So you had kids also coming in during the daytime, to have fun. They had their playground and people there who were teaching them a whole lot, and artists were over, I think I was told about 85 different artists across the world were booked for that show.
Then it was really massive.
It was a massive show, and not Africa alone. We had there were artists. We were on the flight with people who came from Italy, people who came from Germany, people who came from India, Hawaii. So it was a very extensive, and I think my eyes were open a lot more.
Because you saw so many different types, different kinds of people with different sort of music here and there, and how they perform.
And the arrangement was so perfect.
Wow.
The way they organize their things, so perfect. They will tell you the time that you have to go for a rehearsal, the time you have to go and do your interviews. Everything was well planned. Everything was well planned, and I respect them a lot.
Wow. That is Elorm Beenie there. And let's come to dancehall, GH, and reggae music now. Last year we spoke a little of it. How do you see last year and this year? Has there been any sort of publicity, or it's upgrading?
I wouldn't. If when you say low publicity, are you trying to say on the part of the artist or
No,
the
not the part of the artist, but
BGMA?
part of the not the artist, but I'm talking of the response. Because I knew that was last year. It was very hyped than to me, if you asked. So I just want you to know because you are deep into.
Last year it came with last 2 years, and last year there were so many controversies surrounding the awards. And these things they thrive on controversies. When the more controversial issues around the awards scheme, that is what sells a program for them. But this year there were not much of a controversy, if you would ask me. And it was clear the artists who were most hardworking. There were artists who were hardworking, but the ones who were most hardworking, it was clear, they were going to pick certain awards, and at the end of the day, they picked those awards. But just after VGMA, where we see, the artist of the year trending this year, it didn't really trend like that, Yeah, but it was worthwhile. But I think last year and last 2 years' organization were better than this year, because this year, if you ask me, too much bureaucracy, even the security I didn't enjoy this year. I didn't enjoy it.
That is Elorm, Beenie. Let's not go much of that. But come to think of it, how is it going for your artist? I'm talking of Edem. After the awards,
Edem, we released our Books and Rhymes album last year in November. That was November 12th. It was launched in Accra. Had lots of attendance. So far, in a very long time, Edem is the only artist as it stands now who has been able to release an album in hard copy.
That is it. That there is this
hard copy.
There is this. Let me chip in this. There is this. We were discussing on Eddie K's WhatsApp group. We have a couple of, I think, great men on that group, and I was asking, why is it a problem for Ghanaian artists to bring out? I'm talking of the hip life, our life, and reggae, whatever, to bring out and hard copy, and only gospel musicians, and somewhere bringing their views, and that the problem is if you bring it out, it won't sell. Let me ask, how did it went for Edem?
It hasn't been easy, because it's a team, VRMG is a whole team. We have to look to a whole lot of things. Even though we are in a digital world, everybody wants to have the songs or your materials handy on their gadgets. Some people still would want to have a hard copy that, 5-10 years or 20-30 years time, they can say, oh yes, I also bought a CD from this artist or that artist. They can show, because that's what you can show to actually prove what you have got from that artist catalog. So management, they said, oh well, all the other artists are running away from releasing real album CDs. Let's try it. It's not bad. It's not a bad idea, and we had to go the extra mile. Even as I'm telling you now, we are still selling, and it hasn't been easy, but the response on the album sales has been very positive. Yeah.
Wow. And do you think our modern artists, or the artists that are coming out now, and the old ones should follow that trend, bringing back our hard copies on board? Because if you ask me, it really sells, and it really keeps memory. It really keeps memory to the artist and the buyer. One day you remember, I have this song, and that alone keeps music, on a very good level. It doesn't fade. It's not like downloading here and there. Do you think the artists now should go for that idea? By the idea of bringing back.
I would say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that like you just said yourself. It helps people keep memory or keep track of albums and all that. When they have the hard copy, they can feel it. But another issue is the issue of piracy. An artist can release an album now. Before you walk in the streets of Circle, even on the Togo border here, before you get there, somebody has already duplicated the same CDs, and they are selling it for a cheaper rate than what the artist, him or herself, has produced with their hard-earned money. So you can understand how difficult it is for even the artists themselves to, go that way. It's not everybody that have the courage to do. Some people even don't even launch the album anyway. They just release it online. Say, okay, they release their albums online, go and buy on iTunes and all that. But they don't do a real proper launch for albums.
Wow.
So it's the system. And in Ghana or Africa, we don't really have the royalty database system that pays musicians, just like you guys have it in Europe, US, and the Asian countries. We don't have that system whereby, okay, an artist can say this year, even though if I don't play shows, my CDs will sell for me, or my album or my songs will sell for me. It's now that is gradually picking up. It's gradually picking up. So it's been difficult. So
wow.
I wouldn't force any artist to release an album CD. It depends on them. If they willingly want to do it, fine. It's a good initiative as well. We all need to try things out. It's show and business. So really? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah,
that is it. And Elorm, let me ask you. Nobody knew you were a writer or a book. Let me put it this way: a book writer, a story writer. We were there one day. All of a sudden, it just came out. Love what?
Love Malaitis. Yes.
Love Malaitis.
You could pronounce it yourself. Yes, because many people find it difficult to pronounce that.
Love Malaitis. I went on the net to find out the meaning, and I was like, whoa! How did you come about this?
I had to think through a whole lot, because I'm very young. I'm not old. I'm not even 30 yet. But with the few and small experiences that I've been through, and with the things I've read and experienced in life, I was just writing, and I was like, I need a title for this book, but I don't know. So the idea just came. So I'm like, poliomyelitis is polio, and the full meaning, is poliomyelitis. So I'm like, okay, so what is the myelitis? So I had to do research in the encyclopedia. So I had to do the whole research, and I found out that, okay, myelitis means what? The inflammation of the spinal cord, or the marrows, the bone marrow. So I'm like, okay, love is like that. When you start dating, you see some fine calabia somewhere on the street. Yeah, everything is nice. You guys keep talking, but when you start dating and you get to know the real true person you are dating, that's where the problem starts coming up one by one. And those problems in the relationship, those are the what? They are more like the sicknesses, and if we can't treat them, then it breaks us down.
Wow.
Which becomes more like a love disease. So the book title simply means, more like love disease.
Wow.
A disease that affects us so that's basically is a very technical word. So people who have read the book, or people who Google the book and everything, they can read more about,
Wow.
Yeah.
And how is the selling? Because I know Ghana market, they don't, especially Ghanaians don't want to read.
Funnily, the book is not yet in the Ghanaian market as in hard copy, because I published outside. I published in the US, so
okay.
It's selling in 130 international bookstores.
You mean it?
Yes, one. You can Google it. If you go to bookfinder.com and you type my name or the book title, the book is selling in 130 stores. And I'm sure even in your country, yes, there's Italy. I think it's on Amazon Italy.
Amazon Italy. Yeah,
on Amazon.
I saw it on Amazon.
So if you Google my name in the Amazon Italy bookstore, you find my book there. So it hasn't been, because our Ghanaian market, I want something that I can reach out to the bigger market, not just Ghana. So I decided to publish outside. So even with I have a store, a bookstore in Ghana, which is selling the ebooks just for the ebooks. People can just download, and buy the ebooks. But people are like, Elorm, we don't want the book on our phones. We want a hard copy. Yeah, so I'm actually shipping a couple of copies that will be arriving somewhere on the 25th or 27th of this month, or early June, first week in June. The book should be in Ghana here, where Ghanaians can also have a hard copy.
Okay, ladies and
if you are in Italy, anywhere, you can just go on Google, or go to Amazon, or on the Apple Store, Barnes and Noble. Just type the book title with my name. You'll find the book there. It's in 130 books.